So I'm gonna just be showing you guys how to simply open this PlayStation, and also if you do need to clean it out as well, you could do that as well. But this PlayStation came in because it had an HDMI issue. The customer mentioned that it fell at a certain angle. It was moved, so it affected the HDMI. But I thought in the process I could also show you guys how to open it up. So a lot of them that comes in, sometimes they're gonna have a disc version, and other ones they don't have the disc. So in order to see where you can open it up, you'll see the PS5, the PlayStation sign at the back. So you don't wanna obviously open towards that side unless you wanna clean the fan from that side real quick. But a lot of the time, the jobs can all be done from just this one side. And you will notice there's not a PlayStation sign on any of them. So, and to open it up, on top, not at the bottom, and to be able to tell the top and bottom, obviously, if you see the bottom has writings, and at the top is always where you're gonna open it up, whether it's a disc version or if it's not a disc version. So what you wanna go ahead and do, right on top of here, you wanna hold your hands, two hands down there, and you wanna push right down, but at the back of here, oh, it came out. So at the back of here, you wanna apply pressure so it could come out while you're pushing it out, and you'll be able to hear that click straight away, and then it will come out and slide out. So now, with this one, you could already see there is dust inside, which I will be showing the customer later on. But let's go ahead with the opening process. And if you see dirt here, like dust or dirt, you could see it needs a clean, which I'll be doing it after the job once I have fixed up the HDMI. But I'll show you guys how to open this part. And again, a lot of all the PlayStation are quite different because, in order to tell that they are different is because of the sticker here. Some of them come in large sizes and some of them come in smaller, and another one's in a bit smaller. So there's three versions of them, or two, and that tells you how it's basically designed inside. But to get right inside, it's the same concept. And the first thing you want to go ahead and do is remove this guy here by just clicking him out, putting him at the side where you'll be able to remember how to take it out. And what you want to do, there's a sticker here, and underneath the sticker, it's a warranty sticker worded. Under it, there is a screw there that is going to be removed. And next, you want to peel off this as well. Yeah, and sometimes this cord here, sometimes hard to try and take it out, so you want to be very careful. If you think like it's not coming out right straight away like it did right now, what you want to go ahead and do is actually put in a little bit of alcohol in there, like the cleaning product, and then gently smooth around, or if you force it out, you're gonna break the connection, and that would be a motherboard issue if that was to happen. So to gently remove it, you want to just take your time while you're doing it. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is just unscrew this screw. It's a different one, and I'm gonna leave it in there. And how I've learned to do this, so I don't need to pull these screws somewhere, I just gently, first of all, I remove the fan, this screw here. Once I'm taking this screw out, you could see I don't take it out fully, but just leave a tiny bit screwed inside, but the rest I remove. Okay, so remove the fan, and this is how you remove the fan, by the way, if you just want to clean the fan only. So there's the 4 screws that are connected to the fan, and put it on there, and then next here as well, okay, fully. But because I'm gonna be taking out the whole thing, I'm not only taking out the fan, but if in this case you want to just take out the fan to clean it, then this is the procedure that you follow to remove it. But and then you take out this screw, obviously. But in this case, I'm not taking out only the fan, but removing the whole complete frame. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna do exactly the same thing in this side. Remove it. So I'm not gonna remove the screw completely straight away, but I'm gonna unscrew it so it's not locked or anything. So I'll do the same thing for this side as well. Yeah. And same thing for you. And please feel free with any question regarding the tools that I use. I'm happy to answer them in the comments. So you can see, remove it. So there's a few points. So there's screws across this side. And then there's another one here that locks just into the this drive down there. And then the other one is right here, a really long one. Yeah. And then there's two around here. Now, this is the other part I'm gonna show you guys. Yeah. So if you look carefully here, you'll see there is a screw right there to remove, but you don't need to remove this one. You can keep it on as long as you've taken this out. You've removed it. Now look how easy it's gonna come out after all the screws, and you don't need to remove these screws that are located on the disk drive. So what you need to do now from here is gently try and remove it like this. Yeah. So while you're taking it out, making sure it's coming out smoothly. And because we took this out, we've unscrewed this can come out smoothly as well. Same thing. And then look at that. And guess what I get to do? I get to carry the fan and the frame and this without removing them. And then later on, when we place it back, we'll do a deep clean on it with our air compressor. So this is how you remove the top part. So now I go ahead and put this just at the side. So it doesn't thing. And then when I'm putting at the side, the screw that I left on with on the fan, it just allows it to just sit perfectly down there. So next time I just place it back and it holds perfectly. So the next step that I'm going to show you guys now, how to clean this process. You want to pay attention to there here. This is where you work around here, you clean it. Unless you're replacing the liquid paste on the CPU, then you can continue with the following step that I'm going to show. But in this part, if you're just cleaning out the PlayStation, you don't need to go any further opening anything else, unless you're taking out the board and, like I mentioned, replacing that liquid paste that helps with the cooling. So in this part, just clean around there, blow it if you have something, and it will blow everything out. So if you don't have an air compressor, you could use other material like a mini vacuum, or even just try to clean it out even with something that's around you that's easy to access as well. So the next thing that I'm going to be showing you, if you are just stopping on this step of just wanting how to open it up and cleaning it up, this is the step for you. But if you want to go ahead and now see how you can replace the paste, then continue watching. So if you have a disc version, this is the process to remove it. You'll see a click here, yeah, and then that gently comes out. And same thing with this one, gently just pull it out, shake it around, and then it comes out. And now you should be able to remove your disc. Now the next thing that you're gonna wanna do is disconnect these, yeah? Disconnect these, and disconnect this guy here, and disconnect this antenna here, yeah? Yeah, and gently take it out, yep. And that's all right, so you put it at the side. So again, this PlayStation is different to other ones as well, because this one is a smaller board, but a lot of them have like the bigger board. You'll be able to tell once you open up your PlayStation, even if you don't have the disc version as well. It will just be empty just like this, but it will always have a metal top cover at the top, which needs to be removed. And to remove that, you see all these silver screws. All of them have to be removed. And that's why I decided to get an electric screwdriver, because when I started working on PlayStation, oh man, these things could take forever, because you're just using a normal screwdriver that it's just by hand, and sometimes that can be very, very difficult. So again, you could see I'm just going around removing the gold. And to be able to tell where this goes, I'll show you guys a little trick. So you don't need to put it in patterns, but there's something that you just have to remember, and it will do the job for you to remember where all the screws go. So now, moving there. And honestly, guys, with the other PlayStation version, there is a lot more screws, silver one, so you'll be doing a lot more work taking out the screws, but they're all the same concept of removing it, opening it up. So I will just take this guy out as well, where our HDMI is located, and so here. Really, when you think about it, a lot of this technology, they're all just built in different ways, and you get to appreciate how they're built as well when you're working on technology, which is a nice thing, you know. So now, perfect. Now they're all coming out. We're almost there. And you see, for this board, how they're built, there's also screws placed underneath the plate, which I'll show you guys. And if you have experience in replacing the HDMI, then this is for you as well. You can go ahead and remove that board completely and replace the HDMI. So now we've taken all our screw from the top, and now we place it just at the side where it's not going to get lost. The next thing we do, we also remove this screw right here. So this one holds the motherboard, the dark one, and want to remove the plate and want to disconnect this. And if you want to disconnect this connector, just hold down there, press down, and then remove it safely. And then here you see this is tucked here, because you might reach the point, oh, why it's not coming out? But it's because of that. So now at the start you're gonna feel like it's stuck, but literally what you want to do is hit a click, boom, yeah, and it clicks. But be on a watchful to make sure that you have removed all the screws, so in that way when you hear the click, it's all done, and that's perfectly removed. Now the next thing, here's the other interesting part. You go screw here that we didn't see before, and screw here. These must be removed as well in order to take the motherboard successfully out. Okay? And just remember to place these ones back on. And in order to remember that, I'm gonna show you guys. It has, if you see here, there is an arrow here, which means the screw belongs here, and an arrow there. No, it does not belong in any of these places, but it just belongs in those sections there. And now the next thing that I'm going to show you guys to remember how where the other screws go, here's how you tell. You see these lines here? This indicates there's not these screws, they don't go here, but they go here, 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 here. They don't go here. So where you see there's a line 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, that means doesn't go there. But if you see a direct nice lines across, that means it does not belong there. Sometimes you're gonna see a line that is straight, that is one, but it's a little bit off. That means it does not belong there, but it has to be in line together, just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, or just 1, 2, which shows that it does not belong. But these ones have all 4 compared to the other previous model PlayStation, so they don't belong all here. Rather, this plate here goes on top. But with the other models, you see 2 lines everywhere. So that's how you remember. Now the next part that we're gonna be doing is removing now our motherboard. Okay. So to remove that, you wanna remove by using a normal star screw to remove this part. Sometimes it might seem like it's hard to try and remove, but please be gently try to remove it, because there is ways that you could, if your screw gets bolted, you're gonna need some pliers to try and gently take it out. Like I could show you guys that technique, but you have to be very careful. This is only worst case scenario. Yeah, if you cannot remove it and it's been bolted, what you want to do, you want to hold it really tight on there with something thin like this, and then gently try and unscrew it, and that should come out. So that goes successful. And then now, after removing the screws, go ahead and remove the plates on top. Yeah, and then now you are good to go to remove the motherboard. And to do that, you want to just gently try and lift it up, like even from this angle. But you want to be careful. You don't want these ones to get caught around here. So you want to make sure they have enough space. And what you want to do is gently just pull it up. But be sure again, by checking around, you remove all the screws. Yeah. Yeah. So at the start, it might seem really hard because imagine the PlayStations, they get played like crazy. So you remove it from this side and then gently just shake it, yeah, and check around that all the screws are gone. Gently shake it. Just take your time on this part, yeah? You don't want to damage the board, yeah, and then boom, it's out. So now this is the liquid paste. And if you do want to replace the liquid paste while you are on here, and whenever you buy the liquid paste, it does come with small tools to try and clean it up and replace it. But this is the process of removing the motherboard and coming into this point. But as for us today, we are working on the HDMI, and that's what we're going to be replacing, which requires extra work and soldering work as well. So that's another video for another time. But if you would like to see how you can then replace the HDMI, feel free to comment down below. Then we can further work on that in the future. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope this video helped you to know how to open up a PlayStation 5.